Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are going to be doing an install on, boom, the driver side grab handle. No clue why Toyota took this out of the Tundra starting in 2014. I honestly have no idea why they removed it. So if you own a Tundra from 14 up to 20, you know you do have to purchase this separately. It did not come stock on your Tundra, and you know you have to install it on your own. I'm not going to lie to you, a little bit pricey for what it is, but in my opinion, well worth it, especially if your Tundra is lifted, which mine is, of course. So definitely worth the minor investment to add this on. Very easy install. I'll show you how to get it done. 10 to 15 minutes tops and you'll have it in there. I know there is a few videos on YouTube already showing how to get it done, but I figured since I have my own channel and I have my own Tundra, we're going to put it on the 2020 Platinum and show you guys how to do it. So let's head on out to the truck and let's get started. All right, let's get this handle in. So first thing we got to do is remove this SRS curtain airbag, the cover. Just take a very small flathead screwdriver, get it up in the corner there, and you can just kind of pry it out. It'll pop out just like that, which will give you access to a 10mm bolt right there. So just grab 10mm socket. Once you have that 10mm bolt out of there, you can go ahead and pry it out from the top and separate it from the truck. And once you get it separated to that point, you have to then kind of pull up this way because it's held in by these tabs down here. All right, so I'm going to head back into the garage real quick. I'm going to show you this has a cutout right here for wires that it has to go around. So I'll show you. The new one is just a flat piece. We just have to cut it out. We have to trace it, cut it out, and then we can put the new pillar back in there. So let's head back into the garage for a second. All right, guys, as you can see, this is the one we just removed from the truck. Has that little cutout for the wires. This is obviously the new one. So all we're going to do is put it on top of the new one. Now this doesn't have to be all that pretty of a cut, guys. It's going to be completely hidden. You're never going to know it's there. So just take a Sharpie or a pencil, whatever you got, and just place it over and just kind of trace it out. And again, doesn't have to be all that neat. Trust me, I'm a neat freak, but with something like this, you're never even going to know. So let me grab I'm just going to use some tin snips or something like that. This is pretty light duty plastic down here anyway. Not the pillar so much, but down here. So we should be able to just use some tin snips and cut that right out of there. So. All right, there it is, guys. I started with the tin snips and it was cutting okay, but it's a little bit hard to get up here at the right angle there, at the 90-degree turn there. So I actually broke out my angle grinder. A little bit of an overkill for a plastic piece like this, but as you can see, it got the job done and it looks nice and neat, nice and clean. So, all right, so let's go ahead and back over to the truck and I'll show you what we got to do next. Just wanted to point something out real quick. I did make this gap a little bit bigger with the angle grinder, bigger than you have to. I just wanted a little bit of extra clearance to make sure that wire didn't get pinched. I'm going to post a picture up on the screen for you guys to show you the wire that I'm talking about. You have this bundle right here, but that's not the wiring you have to worry about. There's a black wire, looks like a bundle of wires that actually shoots straight across into the underneath the dash here. So I'll take a picture. I'll put it up on the screen there for you so you know exactly which one I'm talking about. I'm trying to get this done in a hurry. It's actually getting dark on me pretty quick here. It's going to rain tonight, so I didn't expect it to get so dark so quick. So anyway, the only other parts you need other than, I got these from Cool Springs, Toyota, the handle and the pillar. The only thing that you have to get that they do not send you is an extruded U-nut, which is that right there. And what you need this piece for is you're going to connect the pillar and the grab handle right here and right here. You can't miss the two spots when you're looking at this. You can't miss them. This is where the factory 10mm bolt was. You're just going to use that factory hardware, the bolt and washer, to put in the top place there. Down here, this spot is not threaded, so that's where you need this extruded U-bolt, or I'm sorry, extruded U-nut. So all you're going to do is take it, and the part that's sticking up goes in the back, obviously. So you're just going to carefully slide the airbag out of the way and pop that in there so it's sitting in there like that. And before you put anything back in place, just check it to make sure it's lined up properly. Make sure the bolt can actually go through there, which it can. And then that leads me to the only other thing, and I'll put a picture up on the screen as well of the parts that you do need. So you need the extruded U-nut, a 1/4 inch by 20 hex bolt, and then a flat washer. All right, and I got the 1.5 inch. That's what it said to get online, but you could probably get away with just the inch. I can't confirm that. I'll know better once we get this in here, but I did get the 1.5 inch because that's what it says online to go with. If you look at the factory one real quick, it obviously is shorter. This is the factory. This is the new one, so it is shorter. But again, they called for the 1.5 inch, so that's what I got. So all right, so now that we have the extruded U-nut in there, we're gonna take the pillar. And just, again, be careful of that wiring that I'm going to post a picture of for you. You just kind of want to very carefully slide it down in there. It's really not hard. You have plenty of room to work, to be honest. Just make sure it all lines up. Push it down in there like so. And just pop it up into place. Make sure over here, make sure the weather stripping is on the outside where it should be. So in other words, you just basically want to make sure the pillar is tucked into the weather stripping, just like that. And then all we're going to do is take the handle, slide the covers out of the way, pop it in like that, and then just secure it with, again, the factory 10mm bolt up the top, and then the new 10mm hex bolt. Again, it's 1/4 inch by 20 by 1.5 inch is the size that I got, with just a 1/4 inch by 20, I'm sorry, a 1/4 inch flat washer. So you're going to put this down here in the bottom, and then you're just going to tighten those two bolts up, snap the covers in place, and that's all there is to it, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and do this real quick before it gets dark on me, and I'll show you what it looks like when we're all done here. All right, guys, there it is. Super easy install. I got the two 10mm bolts tightened up. The top one, again, that was the factory one that you just reused. And then I did, again, use that 1.5 inch down here, and I will say the 1.5 inch seems like it was a pretty good size. So if I had to recommend a size for you, I would go with the 1/4 by 20 by 1.5 inch long down here. It did work out pretty well. So the one up here, actually the factory one, it grabbed on without any problems, and you could see it's nice and sturdy there. But it did feel like, you know, maybe with the extra, you know, material in between, you know, it felt like that top one maybe could have been a little bit longer. So I would recommend going with 1.5 inch down here at the bottom. All right, so again, looks awesome. Super easy install to do, and well worth it if your truck is, especially if it's lifted. Even if it's not, I think this is a pretty good add-on. So there it is. If you guys have any questions or comments, concerns, feel free to leave them down below. Thing looks factory. You'd never know it was an add-on. And again, just over here, this is where you want to make sure the pillar itself is tucked underneath the weather stripping all the way down, even down into this corner here. As you can see, mine is. All right, guys, so there you have it. Questions, concerns, leave them below. And you know, stay tuned. As always, there will be many more Tundra videos coming up, along with some fishing and boating material coming up. So I have the TRD Pro headlights on the way. They're coming. They should be here tomorrow, actually. And then I also have the wireless charger on the way as well. So we'll be doing those installs. You know, those will be the next Tundra videos coming up. So again, questions, comments, concerns, leave them below. Please feel free to like the video. It does help the channel grow, and share with your friends. If you thought it was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks a lot, guys.